we are in A Course in Miracles, Workbook for Students, Lesson 51. The review for today covers the following ideas. 1. Lesson 1. Nothing I see means anything. The reason this is so is that I see nothing, and nothing has no meaning. It is necessary that I recognize this, that I may learn to see. What I think I see now is taking the place of vision. I must let it go by realizing it has no meaning so that vision may take its place. 2. Lesson 2. I have given what I see all the meaning it has for me. I have judged everything I look upon, and it is this and only this I see. This is not vision. It is merely an illusion of reality, because my judgments have been made quite apart from reality. I am willing to recognize the lack of validity in my judgments because I want to see. My judgments have hurt me, and I do not want to see according to them. 3. Lesson 3. I do not understand anything I see. How could I understand what I see when I have judged it amiss? What I see is the projection of my own errors of thought. I do not understand what I see because it is not understandable. There is no sense in trying to understand it, but there is every reason to let it go and make room for what can be seen and understood and loved. I can exchange what I see now for this merely by being willing to do so. Is not this a better choice than the one I made before? 4. Lesson 4. These thoughts do not mean anything. The thoughts of which I am aware do not mean anything because I'm trying to think without God. What I call my thoughts are not my real thoughts. My real thoughts are the thoughts I think with God. I am not aware of them because I have made my thoughts to take their place, I am willing to recognize that my thoughts do not mean anything and to let them go. I choose to have them be replaced by what they were intended to replace. My thoughts are meaningless, but all creation lies in the thoughts I think with God. Lesson 5. Lesson 5. I am never upset for the reason I think. I am never upset for the reason I think because I am constantly trying to justify my thoughts. I am constantly trying to make them true. I make all things my enemies so that my anger is justified and my attacks are warranted. I have not realized how much I have misused everything I see by assigning this role to it. I have done this to defend a thought system that has hurt me and that I no longer want. I am willing to let it go. A Course in Miracles, Lesson 51. A review of Lesson 1, Nothing I See Means Anything. Lesson 2, I have given what I see all the meaning it has for me. Lesson 3, I do not understand anything I see. Lesson 4, these thoughts do not mean anything. In Lesson 5, I am never upset for the reason I think. I'm going to go ahead and pick up and read Alan Watson and Robert Perry's A Workplace Companion, commentaries on the Workbook for Students from A Course in Miracles. I've had this book a long time. If you can't tell, it's falling apart. Review 1, Introduction and Lessons, Lesson 51 through 60. This is Lesson 51, February 20th. Review of Lesson 1, Nothing I See Means Anything. Lesson 2, I have given what I see all the meaning it has for me. Lesson 3, I do not understand anything I see. Lesson 4, these thoughts do not mean anything. And Lesson 5, I am never upset for the reason I think. For the practice instructions, please follow the instructions that I read. I'm not sure where I paused this, but Commentary. Note first that we aren't simply to read this review. We are meant to spend time, morning and evening, reviewing all 5 ideas, and to spend at least 1 2-minute practice period during the day on each of the 5. That's 5 practice periods between the morning and evening minimum. It will probably take a little planning to schedule those 5 interim periods, and the planning time is worth the effort. Second, notice that these practice instructions apply to all 10 review lessons for the next 10 days. The comments on the 5 lessons given in Lesson 51 link them together so clearly that this little comment is really needed. As the introduction to this review says in the last sentence, the emphasis on this review is on the relationships between the ideas and the cohesiveness of the entire thought system being presented. If you look at them together, lessons in letting go. The words let go or some variant occur in 4 of the 5 lessons. In these first 5 lessons, I am being asked to let go of what I see, my judgments, my understanding, my thought, and my thought system. What we see in the normal sense is nothing. We need to realize it is meaningless and let it go so that vision may take its place. We are not actually seeing things, rather that we are seeing our judgments on them. If we want vision, we have to realize our judgments are invalid and cease letting them govern our sight. If we have misjudged, surely we have also misunderstood. Our understanding of things is based not on reality, but on our own projections. But we can choose to exchange our misunderstandings for real understanding based on love rather than judgment. Like what we see, our conscious thoughts are without any real meaning. We need to let them go, along with judgment-based perceptions. They are thoughts of anger and attack, seeing all things as our enemies. These thoughts, which are apart from God, require constant justification, and our upset is no more than an attempt to justify our anger with the world and our attacks upon it. As we read over this review, which is written in the first person, we may want to try reading it aloud and seeing how we resonate with it. Am I really willing to let go of what I see, my judgments and my understanding of everything, my thoughts and my very thought system? Can I say I am willing to let it go? Lesson 51. Review of nothing I see means anything. I have given what I see all the meaning it has for me. I do not understand anything I see. These thoughts do not mean anything. I am never upset for the reason I think. I am being asked to let go of what I see, my judgments, my understanding, my thoughts, and my thought system. Am I willing to let it go? Thank you for joining with me. I hope you have a beautiful day. I love you. Thank you, God.